Hi there, this is David back again, and this is called The Man Who Couldn't Type. So picture this, early 1990s, the tiny law firm I was running was failing spectacularly. I'd like to say it was my boss's fault, or the system was rigged. But the problem was right up there on the letterhead. It said, Solomon's Law. Yup. I was the only person to blame. You see, I could bring work in. Boy, could I talk. Anyone who knows me would testify to that particular talent. Put me in front of a client, and sometimes magic happened. Okay, I exaggerate, but some of them signed up as clients, certainly. But once that work walked through our door, I had about as much control as, well, a passenger on the Titanic. I didn't understand computers. I had computers on every secretary's desk, and there were too many of them, secretaries and computers. I needed lots of secretaries because I couldn't type. 2 fingers was my advanced technical skill. It's like my fingers were at war with a keyboard. And then one day, I walked into a demonstration room where IBM was showcasing something called VIA Voice. The presenter was confident, almost cocky. "Free your hands," he declared, "and your mind will follow." He spoke into his headset and words appeared on screen like magic. But it wasn't magic, it was technology. And sitting there, watching this kind of digital sorcery, I could see exactly what it meant for someone like me. Someone drowning in a digital world I just didn't know how to navigate. So I left that room with fire in my belly. Within 6 months, I would master voice recognition and transform my practice. My colleagues thought I'd lost it. David's talking to his computer again. My business partner smiled and nodded. Lawyers are good like that. They do a lot of smiling and nodding. What followed nearly killed me. It wasn't like now, when you can learn voice recognition on your phone, well, in a few minutes really. Oh no. 2 hours every night training the system, training myself. I even headbutted a 2000 Toshiba laptop in frustration. Don't worry, we made up, we're friends now. And that was definitely not my finest moment in law. But I stayed with it, driven by one single certainty, that this technology would change everything. 6 months later, I was dictating legal briefs faster than my colleagues could type them. As I said, I could talk. I was profitable again. I tried to convince my partner to embrace this future. He smiled, he nodded, and we parted ways not long after. What amazed me wasn't just the technology, it was how few lawyers wanted to embrace what was clearly coming along. They prefer the familiar struggle to the really unfamiliar solution. Does that ring any bells for you? Let's talk now about the new revolution, shall we? Because here we are in 2025 and we're wrestling with AI like I once wrestled with that laptop. We know everything's about to change, but how exactly? Right now we have AI that can write, analyze, and create at superhuman speed. Soon, and some say it's already here, we'll have AGI, machines that don't just mimic thinking, but actually think, only faster and much better than us. And beyond that, 10, 15 years, ASI, artificial superintelligence, that will make our smartest humans look like toddlers with calculators. It will be able to create 17 new sciences and solve the climate crisis before breakfast. And it won't even eat breakfast. So, what's left for us? Well, everything that actually matters. Let me tell you about Sarah, an insurance agent in 2040, let's say. An AI system would call you up to sell you life insurance with the mathematically perfect policy, optimized to the penny. After analyzing your entire digital footprint, it will have flawless pitch, will speak warmly and gently, and pause perfectly, and have perfect recommendations. But Sarah video calls you instead. She stumbles slightly and then apologizes for her messy kitchen background. Yeah, her kids are making noise, and says, "Look, I've been doing this for 15 years. Here's what I honestly think you need." And then she shares a story about a family just like you, and admits when she doesn't know something, 2 or 3 times actually. But you can see genuine concern in her eyes. And who do you trust with your family's future? In a world where perfect AI is free and it's instant, choosing to work with Sarah, it kind of becomes a powerful statement. It says, I value the irreplaceable human experience you bring. There's a scene in Charlie Chaplin's film, The Great Dictator, years before any of us were born, where he delivers one of cinema's most prophetic speeches. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Don't give yourself to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. Chaplin, all those years ago, was warning against humans becoming more mechanical. Today, as machines become human-like, our challenge is the opposite. How do we become more human? So here's what gives me hope. As artificial intelligence becomes more capable, human intelligence becomes more precious. Think about that. ASI might solve climate change and cure diseases. It might achieve an A++ in every subject we can imagine, but it will never be us. It will never have a bad day and need encouragement. It will never feel the weight of mortality that makes every moment precious. It will never know the joy of genuine laughter or the comfort of being truly understood. In my journey from the man who couldn't type to someone who could dictate pretty fast, I learned that technology doesn't replace us. It reveals what makes us irreplaceable. In this AI-dominated future, our so-called soft skills become the hardest currency: authentic vulnerability, genuine empathy, the ability to make someone feel truly seen and valued. Future success won't be about competing with artificial intelligence. If it does, we've already lost. Let's give up and go home. But you know what? It'll be about being so authentically, beautifully, messily human that people choose us precisely because we're not artificial intelligence. The lawyer who says, I'll fight for you because I understand injustice. The doctor who says, I know it's tough, I'll be with you right through this journey, and is. And the leader who stakes their reputation on their word. These humans, us humans, will command premium value in an AI world. So I think we stand at a crossroads. We can become machine men with machine minds and machine hearts, frantically trying to out-compute the computers and lose. Or we can become more human than we've ever been. We can master the art of authentic connection and communication, vulnerable leadership, and genuine care. Skills no machine will ever replicate, even if it can imitate them. From voice recognition in the 1990s to an AI revolution today and tomorrow, it will be lovely to believe that despite this sophisticated technical universe, it's still the human heart that chooses to care. And that's something no machine will ever master. The future belongs to those who master the art of human connection in an AI world. And that should give us all some real hope. Because the future isn't going to be less human. We're going to be more human than we ever imagined. Yes. Thank you. Thanks for joining me for another story that just needed telling. If you enjoy this tale, well, there are plenty more where that came from. From courtroom battles with music legends to life lessons learned at 35,000 feet. Each story here will change how you see the world. Just a little bit, maybe. Hit subscribe to catch the next story, because sometimes the best tales find you when you least expect them.